Hey guys, and welcome back to the Horror Realm. Devil in Ohio is now on Netflix, and it's based on a true story, which is pretty cool. It's a suspense thriller limited series created by Dorian Politan. It's based on Politan's book of the same name for Netflix. The series consists of 8 episodes and released on September 2nd, 2022. What's really cool is it's a true story. Again, my true horror stories. So, is it real? Yes. And no. Though the series was based on a 2017 best-selling book, the same name by Dalton Politan, is loosely inspired by true events of the cult portrayed is completely fictional. We made it all up. Politan, who also served as a showrunner for Devil in Ohio, tells. So let's see more details. Is it real? Is it based or not? Is it? I thought it was on a true story. Hold on. Let's see. I thought she actually got. Okay. The first explicit mention of the Devil in Ohio comes from the final moments of the premiere episode. Psychiatrist Susan Mass Emily Deschanel has brought her a mysterious runaway patient, May Dodd, Madeline Author, home for the night until a foster family can be found to shelter her. As the Mass family sits down to dinner, May, who's up until then has been relatively silent for a little strange, asked if she can stay. She says yes, the blessing. See, I thought this was based on I thought this really happened. Okay, the answer is yes and no. Though the series is based on 2017 best-selling book, the same name as Dorian Politan is loosely inspired on a true story. The cult portrayed is completely fictional. We made it all up. Politan, who also served as the showrunner for Devil in Ohio, tells Tudum she and her writers' room spent months building up the cult lore, going as far as to write their own Bible, the Book of Covenants, even including hymns and prayers to make it as specific as possible. So it's not. So this must be based on a runaway, but there's no cult, I guess. On that note, don't bother searching for Ammon County, Ohio either. The cult's location is also fictional. Although Politan did try to keep things as high specific as possible, I wrote all the copies of the radio announcers they were taking. They were talking about Ohio. Ohio is a great American bewildered state. It's very relatable, and because of that, it also feels universal. Okay, so what is real? That's what I want to know. So the cult's fake. So what part of Devil in Ohio is real? So let's see. I want to know what every teenager is just longing to fit. Sorry. Whether it appears to be adapted to the latest fashion trends, memorizing lyrics to the hottest new singles, or coolly navigating loose, angsty adolescent trials, blah, 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 and psychology. I want to know. Okay, here we go. Inspired by a true story, Politan, who serves as the book was inspired by true events from a story that our executive producer Rachel Miller heard, which actually took place in Ohio. She says, in the series we get to learn Susan and her backstory. Why does Susan take May home? Why is she so drawn to her, and why does she go so far to help her? In order to bring the suspense alive, Politan even created her own fictional cult for the show. So it seems like there is a runaway and she has having problems and maybe she did self-harm. But there is no cult chasing her, and she was never in a cult. So this is a real story based on a girl who is a runaway, who I'm guessing has some self-harm issues, has some mental issues, but it has nothing to do with cults or devil worshipping. They just wrote that into that. So that's kind of cool. Definitely more fictional than not, but a lot of people can relate to having adolescent problems, which is pretty cool. That's cool that touches on that. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I'll give this a try. Devil in Ohio came out September 2nd. Never heard of any of these casts or any of these writers, so that's cool. That's fresh take, fresh material. But just know that the cult is fictional. And the place in Ohio is fictional. Even though the story took place in Ohio, it's not the actual town it plays in. It's really about a runaway girl, it seems, with psychological issues, maybe some self-harm issues. So kind of cool that they threw we'll see how into the blender with a cult, and then it looks like getting chased down by her past, aka that cult finds them in Ohio. It's cool they picked Ohio. My wife's from Ohio. It is very relatable. Most people, there's something for everybody in Ohio, so that's cool. So this is what I'm going to watch. Let me know if you guys watch it and like it. Like, share, comment, and as always, guys, stay creepy.